Good day, everyone. Our lesson for Quarter 2, Module 1 for English 8 is explaining visual-verbal relationships illustrated in tables, graphs, and information maps found in expository text. Okay, so in this lesson, we will be explaining or we will be using tables, graphs, and informations based on the information found in expository text. Okay, so let us first have the objectives. So at the end of this module, you are expected to define and give examples of expository text and interpret tables, graphs, and maps found in expository text. So you'll be needing your mathematics knowledge, stock knowledge in here, because you already studied that in your mathematics lesson. Okay, so let's start first with the what I know part. So let us look at the given table below and let us answer the questions that follow on your notebook or answer sheet. So you don't need to answer this on your yellow paper because the activities that you are going to answer for this week are Independent Assessment 1 and Independent Assessment 2 only. Understood? Okay, so let us just study this table. So this table is about the coronavirus disease bulletin, COVID-19 incidents in the province of Pampanga as of October 24, 2020. So found in the table are the LGUs, the PCR confirmed cases, new as of today, the active cases, recovered cases, and the mortality. So you can find it here. So for the total confirmed cases, 2,913, 34 are new reported cases, 541 are active, 2,261 are recovered, and 111 are recorded as mortalities. So this is from Provincial Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit. So based on the data, so upon seeing the table, there are data included there, right? So there are numbers and information. So by using the table, so let us answer the questions. Okay? So what you need to do here is to observe the table keenly. Alright? So first question, how many total confirmed cases are declared in Pampanga as of October 24, 2020? So how many total confirmed cases? So we'll be looking at the PCR confirmed cases, second column. Okay, so the total is 2,913. Very good. So how many patients have recovered from COVID-19 in Pampanga as of October 24, 2020? So we'll be looking at the recovered column. So the total is 2,261. Okay, so for numbers 3, 4, and 5, kindly answer it on your own by looking at the table. So the third question, looking at the table, which municipality has the most number of PCR confirmed cases? Number 4, based on the table, which municipality has the least number of PCR confirmed cases? And number 5, how many positive cases were reported on October 24, 2020? Okay, you just need to look at the table so that you can answer the questions number 3, 4, and 5. Alright, let's move on to page 4. Why is it important to understand the relationship between the written or verbal text and graphic illustrations of these ideas? So whenever we use graphs or whenever we relate visual and verbal relationships that are illustrated in tables, graphs, and other kinds of maps, we need to make sure that the information given are tally with each other. One of the many reasons is that many articles incorporate graphs and charts to make their point. During the pandemic, most information are presented through infographics. When we watch or listen to news, flash on the screen may be tables, graphs, or infographics. So these tables are used every time we present information when it comes to news, just like the COVID-19. So usually we see a lot of tables, we see lots of infographics because they are explaining to us the progress or the cases of the COVID-19. So let us review how well we remember what expository texts are. So write the word true if the statement is correct, otherwise write the word false. Remember to write your answers in your notebook or answer sheet. Okay, so what do we mean by expository texts? Do you still remember what those texts are? Okay, so when we started reading, we were exposed to different kinds of reading materials. We read stories to entertain us. So those stories are called narrative texts. Narrative texts are written to entertain, remember that. These are different from expository texts because we need to highlight now expository texts, okay? Expository texts rather are written to inform. Yes, they are written to give us information. They are written to give us knowledge about a certain topic. Expository texts are concise and are based from facts or ideas. Yes, they are based from facts, not from opinions. Meaning to say, the facts are reliable or we got the facts from reliable sources. Both narrative and expository texts may be spoken, therefore may be written or verbal. Okay, so a descriptive text structure gives the who, what, where, when, and why about a topic. In the diagram shown, the main topic would go in the center with facts in the surrounding circles. All about text falls under the structure. A text that tells about the novel coronavirus, how it looks like, how it spreads, and how to prevent it. Okay, so these are the types of the expository text. We have description, sequence, compare and contrast, the cause and effect, and the problem and solution. So if you're going to use descriptive text, so it gives us the information of the who, the what, the where, and when. So it's stated here that if we will write about the novel coronavirus, so we must state how it looks like, how it spreads, and how to prevent it. So we need to describe that in our text. Okay, next, the sequence. The sequence text structure is when steps, direction, or ordered events are laid out. How to text including recipes and recounts of historical events are examples of the sequence text structure. Meaning to say, in Tagalog, may pagkakasunod-sunod. Sequence, no? For example, the text on coronavirus may show the timeline on how it started, how it spread around the world. So, if we're going to relate it in coronavirus topic, so if sequence, therefore, we need to include in our writings the timeline on how it started, no? On what country did it start, or what year, just like that. Next, compare and contrast. A compare and contrast text presents similarities and differences about two or more things, concepts, or ideas. The text may include a comparison between COVID-19 and other illness, maybe flu or other viral infections. So, compare and contrast, very simple. So, if you're going to write a expository text, having a compare and contrast text, we just need to compare the novel coronavirus from other diseases. Okay? So, we must mention the other diseases that are related to coronavirus. Okay, next, cause and effect. I know you are familiar with cause and effect, sanhi at bunga. A cause and effect text demonstrates how actions or events can bring about other actions, events or results. Several causes can lead to one effect, or one cause can bring about several effects. The text may include the causes of the coronavirus or the effects by showing the symptoms. So in the cause and effects type of text, we can include the causes of coronavirus in the text and the effects of it into the people, okay, by stating the different signs and symptoms the person can get from coronavirus. Okay, next, problem and solution. In a problem and solution text structure, a challenge or issue is presented along with one or more ways to fix or address it. The text may include how to avoid the infection of the coronavirus. Of course, now very basic, when we say problem and solution structure, it only means that we need to provide solution to the problem. So the text may include how to avoid the infection of the coronavirus by keeping our body clean, making our immune system strong, just like that. So these are but just a few of the many ways on how information may be presented visually. So again, before we proceed, let's recall the different structures: description, sequence, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. Okay, so let's move forward. So we can present the data through text, but then some students finds it easy to analyze the text or to analyze the information by using tables or graphs or organizers. So look at this part. So information may also be presented visually aside from presenting it verbally. We may present data or information through various graphic organizers such as tables, graphs, and maps. So these are the examples of tables and graphs where numeral data may be presented. Okay, so we can use the bar graphs, the most commonly used, the histograms, the frequency table, the line graphs, the stem and leaf plot, line plot, box and whisker plot. So, if I'm not mistaken, so some of this graphical representation that are most commonly used are the bar graphs, the histograms, the line graph, and the line plot. So these are the most commonly used by students and teachers whenever they present information. Okay, information may also be presented using maps where shading or colors have meanings. Okay, so there is legend, after the map. So let us try it. So this reminder, in the what's more part, this is what you will answer in independent activity 1. So interpret the table published in PH Basic Education Enrollment for school year 2020-2021 below by answering the questions on the right. So ma'am, how can I answer this one? So what's the technique? So class, you just only need to focus on the table. You just need to analyze every single information that is stated in the table for you to answer the questions, alright? So you need to analyze first the question, you need to get clues from it, and then look at the table. So I will try the first one for you and then answer the succeeding 4 questions, alright? Number 1. So I will explain the table first. So the table is consisted of the PH Basic Education Enrollment as of July 17, 2020. So in the first table are the different regions in the Philippines. And second table, the school year 2019-2020. And the third column, school year again, school year 2020-2021. So this is a sort of compare and contrast and comparison table because the author here wants to compare the number of enrollees last school year to school year 2020-2021. Okay, so the first question, how many enrollees did Central Luzon have in school year 2019-2020? So the clues are enrollees, Central Luzon, and 2019 and 2019 to 2020. So I will be looking into Central Luzon. So there it is, Central Luzon. So they're asking for the enrollees of 2019 to 2020. So here it goes. 2019 to 2020, Central Luzon. So there are 2,915,454. Right? Understood? Okay, so answer the succeeding questions. Number 2, where did the most number of enrollees in school year 2019-2020 come from? Third, which school year has more enrollees? Fourth, which region had the most number of enrollees for school year 2020-2021? Fifth, which region had the least number of enrollees for school year 2020-2021 as of July 17, 2020? So don't get confused. So you just need to look at the table. Alright? Understand every single information that's stated in the table so that you can answer the question. So this is just a very simple topic for the start of the week or for the start of quarter 2. Alright? Next, that you need to answer on your yellow paper, independent assessment 1. So you need now to create a table based on the given data in the paragraph. A while ago, you analyzed the table and answered the question. In here, in independent assessment 1, you need to create your own table based on the given data in the paragraph. So write your answer on your yellow paper. So let me read the information, okay? Today at 4 p.m., November 3, 2020, the Department of Health has registered 1,772 additional cases of COVID-19. However, there are 153 who recovered and 49 deaths. Overall, in the country, there are 387,161 cases, where 8.0% or 30,876 active cases, 90.1%, 348,967 recovered, at 1.89%, 7,318 deaths. So that is from the DOH Facebook page. So look back at the first table from PIO Pampanga in the first part of our discussion here. So use this as a guide. So independent assessment 1 has something to do with this one. So you will make a table regarding the coronavirus disease bulletin in the Philippines based on the information given here. Alright? In independent assessment 1. So these are the data that you will be using. Understood? So this is very easy. Okay? Just do not forget to write the information, the data given in your table, and everything will be alright. So always remember that every time you make a table or you create a table, you just need accurate information and reliable sources. Right? So if you have questions, so feel free to send me a private message. Happy learning, everyone!